So hiyo swali ni ya hii maneno tunaita nani? Simulation. Good. So kama ni simulation, you begin by drawing what? The Monte Carlos, eh? You begin by preparing Monte Carlos. So Monte Carlo for demand. Monte Carlo for demand. Monte Carlo for demand. We have units. We have probability. We have cumulative probability. And we have the range. And we have the range. So the units are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 8. The probabilities are 0. What? 0.2 followed by 0. Then 0.22, then 0.34, then 0.18, 0.09, and 0.07. 07. So we accumulate that. When you accumulate, there's a 0.02. Then we have 0.1. Then we have 0.3, 2, then 0.66, then 0.84, then 0.93, and 1.00. Haya. Pledge. Hiyo nakumbuka. Tulisema the other day you are in QA. So it has how many decimals? 2. So if you have 2 decimals, you require to multiply by 100 so that the decimals disappear. And 100 has how many zeros? 2. So you will use 2 digits. And therefore you start at 0, 0 to go all the way to this whole number. This whole number. So if you are whole numbers in Gabi, 2, you raise 1. So the back is 0, 1. This is 2 less 1. See the back 1. The next one now begins from 0, 1, 0, 2. To stop at this whole number less 1. 0, 9. After 9, 0, 10. All the way to this whole number less 1. That 1. The next after that 1 is that 2. To stop at this one less 1, which is 65. Then this other one is 66, all the way to 83. The next is 84, all the way to 92. Then 93 up to 90, 99. So we do the same now for each type. Monte Carlo for read time. Monte Carlo for each time. We have weeks. We have probe. We have cumulative probe. And then we have the range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the probabilities are 0.23, 0.45, 0.17, 0.09, and 0.06. Then, when you accumulate 2, 3, then the other one will be 0.68, then 0.85, then 0.94, and 1. And 1. Then on this other side, it will be 0, 0 to what? 22. Then 23 to 67. 68 to 84. Then 85 to 93. And then 94 to 99. So that is how you do the Monte Carlos. The other task that we shall do after drawing the table is identifying the values. And the values are identified depending on the random numbers. For example, ukiambiwa ni 27. If the random number is 27, unakuja hapa kwa Monte Carlo. 27 is between 10 and 31. So now you will see the units are 4. Kama ni lead time, 27 iko hapa. So that will be what? 2. So I hope with that now, when we come to selecting, we will not have many problems. So after you have done the Monte Carlo, it is now time to prepare what we call So those are how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But anyway, I'll check that info. So that okay. So what happens in the logic? And I want you to look at what I'm doing here. Because we want to explain a typical day of a business person. Typical day as in akiamka asubuhi, ameendea mizigo ama ameletewa, amefungua duka yake, ameshinda akiuza, amefunga. And a bit of tomorrow morning. That's what we want to explain here. So in explaining that, obviously kuna siku tuseme kama ni ya leo. So that one will be called week. Maybe I use right because columns are. So you can nikiandika imeinama utaona. So this is week number. This week number. Then here we have opening stock. Fungua duka unapata opening stock. Then there are those people who come to your shop asking to buy. Those ones are called demand. And we have the random number, and then we have the units. When they come, you decide whether to sell to them or not. So we have what we call units sold. Then you will have what we call shortage units. Shortage units. There are people who will miss. Then from there, you unafunga duka with something we call closing stock. Closing stock. Sasa nakaa hata my columns are not enough. Kuna moja nimesahau. Moja nimesahau. So from there, you decide on whether to place an order. Place an order. When you decide on whether to place an order or not, you come to something we call read time. So this read time, we have the random number, and then we will have weeks. We'll have weeks. Then at the end of the day, you get your costs. And these costs, we have the holding, we have shortage, we have ordering, and we have total. That's all. So now, there's a chora, something like that. For you, you don't have to draw the lines. Here I'm drawing because my book is not ruled. Even as I wait for you to finish. Those who are online, once you are through, you write finish. You write finish. So hii ni total na hii ni average. Total average. Continue. Those who are online, only 3 persons are finished. One more person. Okay, good. Higher. So the first day, opening stock, you are told it is how many units? 60, eh? So andika 60 hapa. I go to the random numbers and pick 2 of them. You pick numbers depending on the range utumia kwa Monte Carlo. Now that we are using 2 digits, unachukua pilipili. So that gives us what? The first 2. The first 2 random numbers. Oh, it is already given 50, eh? Okay, 50 are the first 2. So go to the Monte Carlo, venye tulisema pale kwa demand, and you tell me 50 is for how many units? 5. Good. It is 5 units. So if 5 customers have come, how many units do you sell? The others, you're not sure. The meaning of this is, unajua ukifungua duka asubuhi, si unapata chenye kilala hapo, which we call the opening stock. In your own wisdom, unaweza pima uone hii itatosha leo, so you don't need to buy anything else. So you start selling that. So huyu mtu amefungua duka yake akiwa na how many units? 60. How many customers have come? 5. Can he afford to sell to all of them? Yes. See, it's a yes. Yes. Any customer who will miss? No. So at the end of the day, atafunga na how many units? 55. Does he require to place an order? No. Why? Yeah. The reorder point. The reorder point is the point at which you place an order. See there? Iko how many units? 40. Hiyo ni kumaanisha ukigonga 40, that's when you place an order. So we are not yet 40. So we say no. When you say no, there is nothing here in the read type. There is nothing in the read type. Now, holding cost per unit is how much? 35. So 35 times, you multiply now by the closing stock. 35 times 55 is how many units? 1925, when none of us was born. Then, do we have a shortage? No. We have not placed the order, and therefore the total cost is 1925. We got week number 2. We open with how many units? 55. Good. Give me the next random number. 68. Ukikibia kwa Monte Carlo, those are how many units? Those are 6. So how many units do you sell? 6 also. Shortage is 0. Closing stock is 49. Do you place an order? So lead time, nothing. So holding is 49 times that 5. 17, 15. So there is no shortage, no ordering, and we have 17, 15. Week 3, you open with the 49. Random number 52. That gives us how many units? 5. So how many do you say? 5. Shortage units? 0. So the closing stock is 44. Do you place an order? No. So there is nothing in the lead time. Holding cost then comes to how much? 15, 40. So no shortage, no ordering, 15, 40. We open with what? 44. Next random number? 08. How many units are those? 3 units. So we sell how many? 3. Shortage is 0. Closing stock 41. Place an order? No. So nothing in the lead time. So the holding costs 14.35. Shortage 0, ordering 0. So total is 14.35. Week 5, we open with 41. Random number 59. We have how many units? So how many do you say? Shortage is 0. Closing stock is 36. Do you place the order? No. Alama ya mshangao. So let's deal with the alama ya mshangao. Now, you are told that you place an order when you hit 40, at 40. That word "at" has 2 meanings. Has 2 meanings. The first meaning is exactly 40. The second meaning is below 40. So either exactly 40 or below 40. So are we at 40? We are, and you should be able to answer the questions that we have been put. The question I had put was requiring a yes or no. Are we at 40? No. Are we at below 40? Yes. You know, you go to interviews and you are judged on some very basic things. I hope you know this. In the interviews, you are not judged on very big things. Because all of you have the same big things. Kama ni degree, nyote mmeitwa mko na degree. Kama ni CPA, nyote mko na CPA. That's why you are shortlisted. So hapo two very small things ndio huwa zinaangaliwa. Are you able to, and one of them, are you able to follow instructions? Yes. Okay, so we are below 40. That one is agreed. So according to the question, we are supposed to place the order. But remember, this is a professional paper, not academic. The difference between academic, what we do at the universities, and what we are doing now here, the academic and the professional, is that the professional considers the practical life. So you're not just doing figures, but as you do figures, you check whether they're in agreement with the reality. So that check is like this. At what point of the day do you come to know how many units are your closing stock? When you already have? When you already have closed your shop. That's why it's called closing stock. So kama wewe umefunga kwako, it means hata wale wengine wamefunga. So, and you don't place orders at night. So leo, you go to bed knowing tomorrow morning, the first thing to do is to place an order. So hapa tumejua now we have come to the point of making an order, but we are not making it now. Tushafunga hata milango. Yeah. And even if your systems are automated, because we have companies whose inventory systems are automated. If you hit the order point, inatuma signal kwa supply. It is still deemed to be sent the following morning. For example, if this evening you happen to send me a message, an SMS at 8 p.m. simu yako ikuonyeshe delivery. But it happens nimeenda kwa bed by 7:30 na nitaamka kesho saa 5. So when can you say you sent the message? Hapo kusema hizi vitu kwa commercial. Nimeenda kwa kitanda 7:30, mimi nimelala. Umenitumia message 8 p.m. Nimeamka the following day at 11. So nimeisoma at around 11:05. That message in law is deemed to have been sent tomorrow morning at 11. So haustahili kunipigia makelele kesho ati yo nilikutumia message jana na hukuchukua ama huko respond. No. Niambie sasa nimekutumia saa hii saa 5 na huja respond. At least WhatsApp is able to solve that problem, because WhatsApp inaonyesha hapa imesomwa. Although some people are still able to send it in a way wamesoma lakini hauoni kama wamesoma. I'm still looking for that feature. Lakini yangu haina mimi nataka ukisoma ujue nimesoma. So I think I have made my point that orders are placed the following day or the following period. There are some questions that will clearly tell you that the order will be placed the following day, and others will be quiet. Kama hii imenyamaza. Na ikinyamaza inamaanisha you should know. Yeah. So meanwhile, tuendelee. So tumesema no. So 36 times 35 is 1260. So no one has missed, no shortage, 1260. Aya, tuende kwa number 6. We are now opening with how many? 36. Random number is 90. So how many units? 7. So we sell how many? 7. And shortage is what? 0. Closing stock now will be what? 29. Do we place the order? Yes. Ile ya jana ndio tunaweka leo. Yes. So when you say yes, you now bring the next random number to the lead time, which is what? 81. So hiyo 81 unakimbia nayo pale kwa Monte Carlo ya lead time. You go to the Monte Carlo of lead time and establish how many weeks those ones are. 81 is giving us what? 3. So after you know there are 3 weeks, unakuta unahesabu hapa namna hii. From the day you have said yes, 1, 2, 3. Lead time is the time that must lapse from the point you place an order to the point the order is delivered to. So being 3 weeks, 3 good weeks must lapse. So those goods will be received on Monday morning of week 9. So you mark it that. They will be received on Monday of week 9. Meanwhile, we proceed. So give me now 29 times 35. 10, 15. Shortage, no one has missed, but we have now placed an order. The cost of making one order is what? 350. So in direct work 350. So 350 plus 1015 is 1365. Haya. Week 7 tunafungua na 29. Next random number is 85. So hiyo inaleta how many units? 7. So 7, we sell 7. No one goes home without. And closing stock then will be 20. Do we place the order? Huh? Do we place the order? Look at this one. I believe you go to hotels. When you go to the hotel, obviously you stay in the first week. After umetumana, there are other waiters who wanapitia hapo kwako wakikuuliza, have you been served? Do you keep on sending? Sinaambia niko sawa, nishatumana. You will only send another waiter when you are convinced that yule ulituma wa kwanza will not deliver. And even before you send the other one, kwanza unamwambia hebu angalia fulani nilimtuma na sioni kama analeta, kwenda kumwangalia. Otherwise, if you keep on sending every waiter mwenye anapita hapo, wote watakuja wamefuatana na hiyo chakula. I'm not very sure whether utamaliza kukula yote, but I'm sure utalipa yote. Tabiwa ulipe. So we already have placed the order. We have been served. Ngoja tunafanya nini? Tunangoja. So we are waiting now. So nothing in the lead time. So 22 times 770. No shortage, no ordering, 770. We are beginning at 22. 95. 7. 8. Okay. Now, angalia hapa, because naona hii swali ni kama haitatupea shortage. I want to illustrate how you would have gone about it coming to a shortage, but don't try it. So assume now this random number is giving us 30 units demand, but you have what? 22. So you will sell 22, and how many customers will go home without? 8. And then the closing stock will be 0. Nothing here. Then holding would be 0. But shortage, 1 unit of out of stock is costing us how much? 120. Sasa hiyo 120 ndio utamultiply na hii 8. I mean 8. Umeelewa hiyo? So in case upate zimeisha, that is how it's done. But now hii swali imekaa tutakuwa na hiyo shortage. So you had said 8, yeah? So we now sell 8. Shortage is 0. Tufunge na what? 14. Do you place the order? No. So nothing in the read time. Nothing in the read time. And when you say nothing in the read time, holding becomes what? 490. No shortage, no ordering, so we have 490. Now, week 9, we are opening with our 14, and it is also the week we are receiving the order to Tumana. And it's coming with how many units? 40. The order quantity is 40. I hope you're able to see 40 elsewhere other than the whiteboard. Yeah. Those are the units to Tumana and Zimekuja. Haya, from there, random number 15. So 15 gives us how many units? 4. We sell 4. No shortage. So the closing stock now will be what? 50. We place the order? No. So nothing here. Holding costs are 50 times 35. That gives us what? 1750. No shortage, no ordering. 1750. Next is 50. The random number is 89. How many units? 7. Hapana, kuna mahali tumeconfuse. The order quantity was that used. So what we shall do, badala ya grab hizi zote hapo kwa swali yako kwa karatasi, hapo ndio utaadjust. Naona hapo kuna 30, andika 40. Because tukikuja kubadilisha hapa itabidi tubadilishe kila kitu. So it is easier. Hapo kwa karatasi information 1. Tunaona imeandikwa the order point and the order quantity has been set at 40. Yeah. And 30. So hiyo 30 make it 40. 40 is the reorder point. Reorder point, mahali tunawekea order. And sasa naona tumebadilisha ikakuwa hiyo ingine ikakuwa reorder quantity. Reorder quantity ni how many units you order. Unaitisha how many units. So zingefaa zikuwe 30, hapa tungeweka 30. But tushaweka 40. Na ime affect mpaka huko mwisho. Yeah. So badala ya kubadilisha hii yote, change hapo kwa karatasi. But in the exam you don't do that. You rectify. Haya, tusonge. So how many units do we sell? 7. So no shortage. Closing stock is 40. Do you place the order? No. So nothing here. So the holding cost is 1505. No shortage, no ordering. And the total is 1505. So add easy totals. Add these totals. 13,755. Your total. Alafu sasa average you divide by 10. This one you divide by 10. You should always divide by the number of runs. This is naitwa runs, the number of trials umefanya. So it should be 1375.5. 1375.5. Any question? So if we are okay, on your own, you will attempt on your own, you will attempt November 2018. Question 3B. So that brings us to the end of that topic and to the beginning of another one. So I want to give you 3-4 minutes so that you can switch to a new topic.
So I will take you.
Hata kuna taifa pana hii kutosha. Kuna taifa inaguruma kama gari. So we now switch to another topic. Which is called pricing decisions. Pricing decisions. Pricing decisions. And we write that these are decisions made. These are decisions made to determine selling price. To determine selling price. Selling price. Selling price is the amount of money charged. Is the amount of money charged to a customer, in exchange of a service or a product. Service or a product.
There are different names used to describe price. There are different names used to describe price, such as give me examples of some other names. Like here at Destiny, are you a customer? Are you buying something? Yeah, fees. Yes. The price that Destiny is telling to you what you are getting is called fees. When you go to the hospital, bills. Ukikaa kwa wenyewe, rent. Ukikuwa na kajo, ukichukua msichana wenyewe, lakini usiandike dawari. Yeah. So dowry is a price, but it does not qualify per se to be part of the notes, because what we are putting in the notes is something you can determine in conclusion. Yeah, even consideration. Yeah, consideration is also the word used for price. Consideration, yes, Pfizer. But I was saying dowry, you cannot put it as a price because it's not determinable. When say nimeleta hii 1 million, nimenunua msichana wenu free, ama nimeleta hii 5,000. It's just like a small token or consideration. Yeah. So that's why it is not going to be captured as a ETC. Another point is that customers can either be external or internal. Customers can either be external or internal. Another point is that pricing decisions are very important. Pricing decisions are very important, since prices determine competitiveness, profitability, and survival of a company. There are numerous factors considered. There are numerous factors considered when setting prices. There are numerous factors considered when setting prices, but the most common are one, cost. Number two is competition. And number three is customer. Down there, the following methods are commonly used. The following methods are commonly used in setting prices for external customers. in setting prices for external customers. So what we're saying here is that when you are making these decisions, they are very, very important because they touch on three things. One is competitiveness. Competitiveness is how attractive you are. Like in this school, if you want to measure how attractive we are as far as section 5 is concerned, early morning, you look at how many students we have. That's a measure of how attractive we are. So the price you set will either make you attractive or not attractive. And obviously, attractiveness or the good attractiveness is when you have many customers. But for you to have many customers, you must have a very low price. For example, tukasema now we are charging 5,000. You'll be surprised where students will come from. Hii shule itajaa. I remember when we were in Summit sometimes back, by then I was a principal. Price used to be 24,000. That used to be the fee. Then a competitor somewhere decided to reduce their fee to 15,000. I responded by reducing hours to 12,000 because students had started moving from areas of high concentration to areas of low concentration. And so many of our students actually even combined it. Because ulienda nyumbani, ukaacha ikiwa 24. Kifungu kufungua new semester ni 12. So hiyo fee inatosha 2 sections. So we had huge numbers. Actually, tulikuwa masaa ya klasi kikaribia, tulikuwa tunatoa viti kama 50 zinawekwa pale kwa corridor. To ensure that there is no idle seat. Sasa mwanafunzi akikuja anaingia na kiti kwa class. No idle seat. But it's the semester we almost died. Because there were many students, but there was no money. And the cost was very high. So our competitor, wakati aliona hivi, akapunguza to 11. Kamwambia next semester tunaenda 8. Kama ni baya. So we realized that we will all die. So guys had to come back to their senses and tukakubaliana and we began at 17. So today we are at around what? 22. And maombi yetu ifike that. Takuwa siji mtakuwa mmemaliza. So mtusaidie kwa hiyo maombi. So coming back here, you could be attractive, but now you are not making what? Profits. And when you don't make profits, you simply die. You cannot survive. So in as much as you want to be attractive, make sure you are making profits so that you survive. That's why you see many organizations, big ones, coming down and you are left wondering how. Look at Nakumat. Nakumat was even international. How did they come down? With all those customers. Recently, look at Taskis. How did they come down? If you get deep into their issues, you may discover that their pricing was wrong. And even their issues of cost, which now affected profits and threatened the going concern. So you must be very careful. And I keep on insisting this to accountants because accountants, we are taught or we are cultured in issues of numbers. We go where there are numbers. And for you to run a business with numbers, I've said you must charge a low price. And you don't make profits. That's why you realize most of the businesses that are managed by accountants, they don't do well. Except Destiny. No, these are practical things. Look at CPA colleges. CPA colleges, we are known to have numbers.